Okay, we're live. Hello, good afternoon. I am back in the shop after a quick little visit to California, and I am happy to be home again and back with all of you inside Northampton Wools. I'm Linda Daniels, and this is Lunch with Linda, our Facebook or YouTube live presentation of what's new and exciting and happening both in the shop and in the world of knitting. So welcome to all of you. Please say hello if you're out there so that I know that I am being joined by all of you wonderful knitters. Hi, Eileen. And again, I'm a little bit far away, so that means that I can't really see that easily. So I'm going to do my crane neck to see who says hello. Hi, Amanda. It is a beautiful, beautiful day out there, nice and crisp and bright and sunny. And it feels like we are definitely into our fall, heading towards winter weather. With that little bit of dusting of snow that we had last week, it really put us all in the mood. We were super busy on Saturday for Bag Day, so thank you to everybody who turned out for it. We had an amazing day. We sold a lot of yarn, and I was very, very pleased with how everything went. You may look around though and see that it doesn't look like we sold a lot of yarn because we still have a ton of yarn here for all the rest of you. This is harvest time. It is a time of abundance. That means that shelves are full and stocked with all kinds of things. If you're a canner or jelly maker or Thanksgiving cooker, you're busy preparing all of those great foods that all of us love to eat at this time of year because all of our pantries are full. Hi, Terry. Hi, Robin. Hi, Sally. Oh, yeah, you do get to see a whole lot of the shop, Eileen. So our shelves are still really, really full. And while I was gone, like I said, when I was out in California, there were a couple of new boxes of stuff that the girls unpacked and put on the shelves. So it was exciting for me to come into the store and find bins moved around full of brand new yarns, some of which I have been waiting for a long time to see. So I'm going to show you some of those in a minute as well. I just need to move this a little bit out of the way. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was this cowl that I have on. We got in some new colors of this Sophio cashmere. This is a cashmere and wool blend that we've had in the store, and it's a bulky weight. And we got in new colors of it, and when Kate was showing it to me after unpacking it, she said, look at these great new colors. And at the same time, a pattern popped up on Ravelry from 2018, and it was similar to something that I had designed back then as well. My pattern I called 3-Wing Circus, and it was a series of 3 different colors. I used a yarn called alpaca tweed that were interconnected that went on over the neck as a cowl. And Marianne Lammers, who also came out with one similar to it, calling it Ooh La La. This is her pattern from 2018. She did hers in a sort of a furry yarn that is no longer available from Berger du Nord. But as soon as I saw this pop up, I was like, oh, that is really a fun, unique thing. So this is sort of a new take on a blast from the past. Now I have it on, I'm wearing it today as a one big loop. But when you knit it, you knit the first circle on a circular needle in the round, and you've knit this. And then you cast on and you stick your circular needle through the next loop, join it, and knit your next one. And then you bind off, cast on, and stick your needle through both ends of the 2 colors loops that you've already made, and you make the 3rd loop. Now what's fun about this is you can wear it like this, but when it comes off the needle, it's going to be a puzzle, because when it comes off the needle, it actually looks like this. So you can also wear it as, like my title, a 3-ring circus, like a single cowl all 3 rings piled on top of each other. Now I've just grabbed them together so they sort of made this funny little knot, but you can also arrange them so that they're much more, I like it like this.
Yeah.
In line with each other. It's a little softer fall. Now I haven't blocked it at all, so these guys are really curling a lot because it is just stocking net stitch. I'd like to see them opened up a little bit more, and they are really fresh off the needles. So I think that with a little bit of steam in there, it will actually hold more. The orange one or tan one is over here. More like that, just a little bit more open so that each color shows a little bit more. Quick, really, I'm rating this as a 2 holiday Hallmark movie because you do have to make all 3 rings. If you use Marianne's pattern, the Ooh La La, this is the only caution. And if you come in and get the yarn, I will remind you when you are purchasing the yarn of this fact. Her pattern tells you to do 30 rows of stocking net stitch. And although the yardage is supposedly the same in both of these yarns, I could only get to 18 rows and then a purl row and then a bind off row. So you will not make it as big or as wide as hers are. But I think it still really works really well. And like I said, we got in a bunch of new colors. And this is a really great, like I said, soft cashmere blend, but it's 35% cashmere and it's a brushed look. So it's very, very soft in appearance and to wear. This is only 3 skeins and it's only $12 a skein. So for $36, you've got a really stunning cowl and a really impressive gift, I think, if you're thinking of that. And of course, while I was knitting it, I was falling in love and in love and in love again and again with the yarn and thinking this would also really look good just in big, wide sections of a 1-piece cowl, not in these 3 rings as well. So I think I'm going to do that and write that up. That will probably be our December free pattern in 2 weeks. So look for that. So that was one of the new things that we got in, was some more colors of that. And then there is another gnome knit along happening in December. Sarah, let me look at my notes so I get her name right. Sarah Shira is the designer of all of those gnome knit alongs. She's not the only gnome designer, but she is one that really has people excited about knitting gnomes. And Shelley Parker, I haven't seen Shelley yet, but she's probably out there, is prepared and already signed up for this next knit along. And we got in a bunch of kits from Emma's Yarn in all of the recommended colorways. And Kate spent the other day kitting all of these up. So it's done with the Emma's mini skeins, and you will need all 5 colors. And they come in several different combinations of colors. Is this all we have, or do we have more inventory of these?
That's it.
Okay, so this is it as far as our kits go.
And we got 2 of each color.
So we got 2 kits of each of the colorways that they recommended. We put a post about this up on Instagram last week. But if you are interested in one of the gnome kits, the pictures of the colors are on the website, and you can sign up. I think the pattern is 20% off until December 1st when the gnome along begins. And you will get, when you sign up, you get an email from Sarah every single day. Some days it's the clue, and some days it's a story, and some days it's a recipe. Oops. So it's going to be a very fun event. Shelley is willing, because Shelley and I talked about this, if there are people who are interested in joining the Gnome Along on a more local level, Shelley will gladly host it. And if I can get a reaction or see how many people are interested in doing that, we can put together either a Zoom or an in-person kind of knit along, because Shelley has a little bit of an inside because she's done all of these gnome things. She said it's not just going to be a gnome, there's going to be a lot of other fun little accessories as well this time. So it should be a fun holiday little project to do. And of course, there's never any like real schedule. You don't have to do everything every day that you get the clue for, but it does kind of, nothing takes that long to begin with. It's all pretty small. I don't know where Shelly's gnome went.
It's up there.
Oh, it's way up there.
Waiting for the
Okay.
kids, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was way up there back with the kits. So you can take a look at what one of the past gnomes is like if you are interested in the kit. I know we've sold 2 already, so they won't last long. I think people are really into those as well. So the other thing that I wanted to show you is the one of the yarns that I have really been waiting for, and that is right here. Is my finger actually on it, Kate? Right there?
It's
somewhere
close.
right. It's either that one or that one.
Yeah.
And it is the Caricia. I hope that's how you say it, from Linares. This is the yarn that Eileen and I saw out there at the show and really fell in love with, and we had to wait forever for it. So I ordered this in June, put a deposit on it, paid the rest of the deposit in September, hoping that it would be here by the end of September, and they could not get the blanks in, the undyed yarn, until October. So they dyed it in October and sent it to us in the beginning of November. This is a fingering weight yarn. There's 345 yards in each skein. It's a superwash and from Uruguay, and on a size 3 to 6 needle. Now the pattern, they had a number of patterns done in this, but this is the sweater that I saw that I absolutely fell in love with was called Rift. It is a t-shirt pattern on Ravelry from Jacqueline Sleeslack, I think is the designer. And the colors, I didn't bring them all over, but the colors are amazing. The amount of color in each and every skein is just incredible. And it's so very, very soft. It's one of those yarns that has a very, even though it's a superwash, has a dry kind of feel to it. So when you're done knitting and you wash it, it's going to get drapier and drapier. So I think it's perfect for that kind of t-shirt effect. And we've got more than just these colors, but I brought these over so you could see the depth of colors in them, which I think is just incredible. Wow. They are really, really beautiful. And some of the colors over there are very much Kate, very much in that autumn range. You really have to come in to see and feel this yarn to make it so that you can understand what it is that makes it so very special. So those were the 3 new things that I wanted to show you. The kits from Emma's yarn for the gnome, the cowl, and the Cariacus. What is it?
I think it could be like Carisha.
Carisha.
Like
that sounds right. Carisha. Carisha right there. So don't wait too long. So this week is Thanksgiving week. I hope you all have a really happy Thanksgiving, and we will be open all day on Wednesday from 10 to 5, our regular hours. And that's not him.
Oh,
and we will be open on Friday and Saturday. Friday for Black Friday, Saturday is Small Business Saturday, and Sunday we will be open from noon until 5 as well. So we are back into being open on Sundays from now through the rest of the year anyway. So if you need some help or want some to do some shopping, we are offering that extra day as well. We've got a bunch of stuff planned for Black Friday and for Small Business Saturday, which we will be sending emails out about and doing little posts on Instagram and Facebook again, so that you will know what's going on. And will be able to help us out with those things as well. On the way to us is the brand new issue of Lane magazine. I just got the email this morning that it has shipped, so we'll be showing you that probably next week. And then in December, we will be having something very special on December, I think Emre is December 19th. Yes. On December 19th, on that Monday, we'll be doing YouTube live. And I have to talk with Shauna. So Emre is the owner of Earth Yarns, the son of the owner. And he is a wonderful, wonderful guy. And he is going to join me on YouTube Live. I'm not sure yet if we'll be able to do it on Facebook Live as well. I think it may only be YouTube. Shauna said to me that he doesn't do Facebook, so he may only be able to do it on YouTube. But we're going to have an interview with Emre about the business and how it changed so dramatically. His grandfather actually started the business, and his father and he brought the business. His grandfather started the business in Turkey, and Emre's father and Emre brought the business to America back in the boom days when everybody and anybody needed to know how to knit, and we were all knitting those novelty yarn scarves. And they opened a company called Feza, which was strictly novelty yarns, really fun, wild, crazy stuff. And talk about a shift in business. They took that novelty yarn business and turned it into a glorious, beautiful wool business, and one that is also very earth conscious. They plant a tree for every skein of yarn that they sell, and basically they are selling to me. So for every skein of yarn that stores purchase, they are planting trees. They don't wait for the consumer to purchase it. We don't have to send back any totals to them. They count what we buy and plant trees in those numbers every single time. So they've built a beautiful business, and Emre also has employed lots of Turkish women to knit samples, garments. So when he talks to us, he's going to have a bunch of samples done that he's going to show us, and they're sending us a trunk show. So we'll have lots and lots of different models from Earth Yarns here to show you and to talk about. So it's going to be very interesting, and he's extremely good looking, and it will not be hard to watch that day at all. And I'm sure we'll have some prizes and some giveaways and things to do on that day as well. So that's coming up on December 19th, but you'll hear a whole lot more about that as we get closer to that day. And then the other thing that I wanted to let you all know is that Natalie Bell from Knitting Off Broadway and I are again this year doing the shop swap. Natalie was all over it, and I have been sick for a month, and just my brain was in a fog and just could not get it together until she pushed me so hard that I finally enlisted Kate, and we got it together enough so that Natalie could send her email out. My email will be going out tonight or tomorrow morning about the shop swap. So if you haven't heard about the shop swap before, Natalie Bell used to work for me way back in 2000 and what did she say, 5, I think it was, way back in 2005 when she was a student at Smith, and we were down where Lime Red is in the old store. She worked part-time for me, and she was a real go-getter then. When she graduated, she did a year in France, and when she came back, she and her mother opened a yarn store called Knitting Off Broadway, and Natalie has been a dynamo ever since then. Her shop is very well known in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And a couple of years ago, she approached me and said, let's do a little shop swap, so that she sends an email out to her customers promoting us, and I send an email out to my customers promoting her, and you have your choice. You can buy the shop swap basket or bag or box, the shop swap box. You can buy mine or you can buy Natalie's, and they're a little bit of a mystery, but I can give you some hints. Natalie always does a fantastic job of putting together yarn and a project, and then we will also have goodies in the box as well. So from each of us, for $65, you would get Natalie's box from Knitting Off Broadway with yarn, a pattern, and goodies from Fort Wayne. If you buy Northampton Wool's shop swap box, you'll get yarn, a pattern written by me, and goodies from Northampton Wool's. So you can get both, you can get one, you can send one as a present. Natalie sent her email out yesterday and we've already got, 6 orders for boxes already. So people are really receptive to that as well. It's kind of a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of a present for yourself because you don't really know, but people have been really happy. We've gotten some wonderful comments and compliments on boxes from the 2 years that we've done it before. So I will be, I promise, absolutely sending that email out. I finally feel like I have a brain again today. That trip I felt good going out to California, but that trip back on the plane just knocked me out again. And I really suffered last week, but managed to get through the week. If you looked for me yesterday, I'm sorry, I just couldn't stay. I left and Adrian closed up the store early because I needed to go home and take a nap. And now I feel like it was definitely worth it because I'm feeling a whole lot better. I'm not anywhere near as congested. And another day off tomorrow will put me, I'm sure, 100% back on my feet. So I apologize if I missed anybody. But now I feel like, okay. I said to Kate, I was really feeling overwhelmed over the weekend. I just felt like I could not keep up with what needed to be done. But now I'm raring to go again, as I hope you can tell in that. And the other thing I wanted to remind you, if you are shopping at all in downtown Northampton this weekend, it is free parking all weekend long. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are free parking on the street. If you park in the garage, you will have to pay, but free parking on the street. So that should hopefully entice you to maybe support small businesses in the way that we all appreciate and love to see. But I'll tell you, we've got a really fun surprise for all the people on Saturday. Should we show them?
Black Friday?
For the Saturday thing. You have one on the desk. And as Kate walks by, I want to point out the big sweater that Kate has on. This is her crocheted, let me go this way. This is her crocheted hexagon sweater that she finished and is loving and absolutely looks gorgeous in. And she said she has her Thanksgiving shirt on under it in her Thanksgiving colors. And this, she used sample swatches to use as pockets. So I thought that was a really clever way to use up all of those little gauge swatches that you do as well. Yeah, Terry, I knew you would love it. That great little hexagon shape put together in some real fun leftover yarns. I want to give you a little bit of a tease and show you. I will be talking again about this later on. This is what we'll be doing on Small Business Saturday. We've got cookie cutters that we're going to be giving away. So every customer that comes in and shares the love will be walking out of here with a cookie cutter. We've got hats, we've got mittens, and we've got sweaters. And you're going to get one for free, absolutely, just for walking in the door and saying, we love small business and want to support you. So that's going to be our Small Business Saturday way of sharing the love, and hope we see you on that day. Hopefully, my intention is to make up my first sample of cookies, as sweater cookies, and decorate them. I'm not going to promise that I'll have them decorated beautifully, like I'm sure you've seen on Pinterest and Instagram, but I'm going to do my best. So watch for that stuff as well. I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to say today. And like I said, we'll be here on Wednesday, open and raring to go, and hopefully we get to see some of you this week. In the meantime, everybody, go knit something. Bye.